Hey everyone, Big Pauly back for a brand new video. Yes, back for a countdown. Yes, it's a ranking of my top 10 favourite 80s movies. Yes, I'm doing this and I'm doing the 90s. So look out for that video very soon. But for now, let's count down from 10 to 1 my 80s go-to movies. Okay, so in 10th position, we have the John Hughes classic Planes, Trains and Automobiles, starring John Candy and Steve Martin. This is a really funny film, brilliant film, fantastic casting. You couldn't get a better pairing. You have Steve Martin there, who's trying to get home for Thanksgiving with his family. Through the snow, you know, you got the storms, the planes are held up, so he has to take alternative transport to try and get there. On the way, he meets John Candy's character, who's a shower curtain salesman, and they take this journey together. It's a love and hate friendship. You know, at the beginning, Steve Martin kind of like wishes John Candy wasn't there. He just wants to be on his own. He wants to get home to his family. But then he sees the vulnerable side to John Candy, gets a bit more of his past, of his backstory that spills over. And you find out a bit more about, you know, John Candy's situation. But it's a great film. It's a road trip movie. There's so many laughs. Especially the car rental facility. There's not once I can't watch that film without laughing my head off. The same with Mama Bowman. She used to just bawl out. And who can forget the pillow scene?
Pete?
No.
Why are you in the bed?
Sleeping.
Where's your hand?
Between two pillows.
Those aren't pillows!
Okay, so there we go. So Planes, Trains and Automobiles from John Hughes. Fantastic film, go-to film, a comedy classic, and a heartwarming, feel-good movie. Next up, 9th position, we have another comedy classic, Coming to America, with Eddie Murphy and Arsenio Hall, playing multiple characters. This is the classic. This is one of the best comedies of the 80s. I was disappointed with the sequel. It had some funny bits in it, especially when they did the barbershop scenes, but this is the classic. This is about a prince that decides to go to America to look for his queen. And of course, you've got to go to Queens to find her. And there is so many fantastic one-liners in this. Like I say, both Eddie Murphy and Arsenio Hall play numerous characters and they are all iconic. It's just belly laughs all the way through. There's a McDonald's knockoff, McDowell's, which generates some laughs, including one of the first ever screen appearances of Samuel L. Jackson as a bit part. Yes, robbing the place. But I really enjoyed this. This is one of Eddie Murphy's classics, if not the best Eddie Murphy classic of all time. Yeah, Coming to America, absolutely love this film. Belly laughs all around. I could watch this every day of my life, really. It is so funny. So that is Coming to America at number 9th. 8th position on my list, Predator. Yes, fantastic Predator with Arnold Sweaty Knickers. This was brilliant. Dylan, you son of a bitch. I can't do that because look at my muscle. I can't do that. No. This is brilliant, and this is about an alien that lands on Earth and slaughtering tribes, and they have to send out the military to find out what's going on, and they get entangled with this invisible alien. And the Predator franchise has just gone, it's kind of gone like that. Although I didn't really have that many problems with The Predator. It was an entertaining film, but this is the classic. This is the one that started it all off. And there's so many great one-liners in this as well, from the attack on the village to what the hell are you, you know. It's just a great film, a great action film. It is stunning in 3D. You should really see it in 3D. And it is also amazing in 4K, a proper 4K transfer. I love the music, and Carl Weathers is fantastic. The rest of the cast are brilliant in the film. There are a few laughs, but it's an Arnie classic. So that's Predator at number 8. Number 7 in my list. Who are you going to call? Ghostbusters. Oh, yes, baby. Yes, this is the film, obviously, that started the whole franchise of Ghostbusters. Still the classic #1 Ghostbusters movie. Dan Aykroyd and Bill Murray and Harold Ramis. And we've got Sigourney Weaver, Rick Moranis, who unfortunately didn't, see it fit to come back to Afterlife. But, whether or not we get him in the next film, who knows. And it's just about a group of guys that decide to pick up some proton packs and just go out ghost busting. Yes, there's lots of reports of ghosts in people's fridges and popping out of their toilets. And it's up to them to save the world. Yes, Ecto 1, beautiful car. I have it right here. Really nice. And I also had my photograph taken with the full-size car as well. And it's just a great film and great special effects. It's not really dated that much. You can still really enjoy it now. And Ray Parker Jr.'s iconic theme tune. And the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. And it's just Ghostbusters. What can I say? It's Ghostbusters. Yes, so that's Ghostbusters. That is number 7 on my list. Okay, so coming in at 6th place on my list, Aliens. Yes, James Cameron's classic follow-up to Ridley Scott's original Alien. This is a war film. If Sigourney Weaver had problems fighting one alien, then fighting thousands and thousands of them, yeah, she needs a squad. She needs a squad to help her. And we've got everybody from Bill Paxton in there. What's her name? Jeanette Goldstein. Still her classic one-liner. You cannot deny that is one of the most classic one-liners in any film.
Hey, Vasquez. Have you ever been mistaken for a man?
No. Have you?
Oh, Vasquez. You're just too bad.
We also have Michael Biehn, Lance Hendrickson as Bishop, the android, and of course Carrie Henn, who plays Newt. This is just wall-to-wall action all the way through the film. I really love this. I love the design of the aliens. They're more kind of organic and mobile rather than just like a bloke in a suit. They're kind of like more animalistic. Faster as well, more vicious. We get more of the face huggers, and it's just an all-round fantastic action film. We really need a 4K for this, and a 3D. I think a 3D would be brilliant for Aliens, and the Alien Queen, and of course that fantastic one-liner at the end.
Get away from her, you bitch!
Okay, so that is Aliens. And that is number 6 on my list. Come down to the coast, we'll have some fun. Yes, at number 5 on my list is Die Hard. This is Bruce Willis's most iconic role and probably my favourite Bruce Willis movie of all time. Hans Gruber, Alan Rickman, one of the best villains of all time. We have this fantastic action sequence, and it's all about this New York cop that decides to come down to the coast to LA to his estranged wife for Christmas. And unfortunately, a group of terrorists have decided to take over the Nakatomi Corporation and just basically shoot the shit out of everything. Yeah, who's got the machine gun now? Ho, ho, ho. Everything in this film is brilliant. The dialogue, the one-liners, the witty comebacks. What was it? I can't remember the cop. Is it Deljon or something? Velroy. I can't remember his name. Yeah, I can't remember his name. Yeah, I can't remember his name. Anyway, he's brilliant as Al. Al Pal. Welcome to the party, pal. Yeah. I can't say anything else. What can I say? This is the action film to end all action films, really. In a high-rise building, someone shooting shit up, explosions down lift shafts. Holy shit! Have you listened to that through a dedicated sound system? Holy crap! It's Die Hard. It's Bruce Willis and it's Die Hard, and it's number 5 in my list. Brilliant. Number 4 on my list, the nonce's back. That's right, it's E.T. Well, there he is. He's flying across there. Yes, E.T. the Extraterrestrial, directed by Steven Spielberg. Amazing music by John Williams, starring Henry Thomas, Dee Wallace, Peter Coyote, Drew Barrymore, Robert McNaughton, and a whole host of other cast members. But this is an absolute 80s classic. We might take the mickey out of it, and we might take the mickey out of E.T., but who can deny this is an all-time 80s classic? And yes, it still makes me cry. Scenes at the end of this. It is just such emotional about a boy and an alien and their friendship. Not getting too close. And just Elliot, played by Henry Thomas, drumming up this friendship with this lost alien and trying to get him back to his spaceship to go home. And I love everything about this film. I saw this film at the Odeon Marble Arch with my family back in 82. I think it came out in 82. I still remember it, and it's always been a classic of mine. And I hate what they did. I hate what they did with the revision of it, like replacing the guns with walkie-talkies. I mean, what the hell? Just leave it alone. Leave it alone. But yes, this is E.T. This is an all-time classic. This is number 4 on my list. Number 3 on my list, and this one is heavy. It's the original Back to the Future from 1985. Yes. A Steven Spielberg film, but directed by Robert Zemeckis, starring Michael J. Fox and Christopher Lloyd. This is what the 80s is all about. The iconicness of it, the DeLorean time machine. This is absolutely brilliant. Who can forget that iconic image? That is just drummed into pop culture now for the rest of time. And Marty McFly, just great character. Doc Brown, you know, Christopher Lloyd. You can't change these cast members. You cannot put someone else in these roles. These roles are there for all time. And it is probably the greatest time travel movie of all time. And it's so much fun, you know. We have Biff the Bully, we have Leah Thompson, and it's so beautiful to look at. From the 1950s, you know, everything is so authentic. The way that they talk, the way that they dress, the music. And even when it switches to the other years, to the future, you know, 2015 and 1885 in the other films, everything is so authentic. But for me, this is the greatest of the time travel films, and this can never be beaten. And it's just an amazing movie. The script is incredible. This is what the 80s is all about. And I believe that in the original premise for this film, the time machine was actually a refrigerator, but they had to change it to a car to avoid kids jumping in a refrigerator. It didn't stop Indiana Jones, did it? Yes, so this is Back to the Future. This is number 3 on my list. Okay, so we are getting near the top now. We only have 2 to go. And number 2 on my list, Raiders of the Lost Ark, the original Indiana Jones movie starring Harrison Ford and directed by Steven Spielberg. Again, music by John Williams. John Williams has created some of the most iconic, memorable themes. Everything from Jaws, Star Wars, to Superman, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Jurassic Park. You could go on. He is the greatest composer of all time. Never mind your Beethoven shit and Amadeus and all that kind of crap. For us, now, at this period in time, John Williams is the maestro. He is the greatest composer of all time. And this is just fantastic. Karen Allen, John Rhys Davies, Paul Freeman. Oh, yeah. I don't know what else to say about this. It's a rip-roaring adventure through the 30s, through archaeology, through Nazis. It's just it's a Saturday afternoon popcorn flick that you can watch anytime. I can't say any more. Number 2, Raiders of the Lost Ark. God bless you. Okay, so it is time for my number 1 spot. You've probably guessed it already because it hasn't come up. Do or do not. There is no try. Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back. The most iconic Star Wars film of all time. I know some of you might feel differently towards maybe other Star Wars films, and that's perfectly fine. But for me, this is what it's all about. This is my childhood. This is my childhood here. Just growing up in the 80s, loving this film, buying the sticker albums, going to Woolworths, buying my action figures every single Saturday, rip them off the backing card, not realising that they're probably going to be worth about £1,000 each one day. Pack of it. And it's just fantastic. You know, the rebellion against the Empire, Luke facing Vader, and one of the most iconic, actually 2 of the most iconic characters ever to grace Star Wars. We have Boba Fett, his first appearance, and of course Yoda. And a little green puppet with a man up his bum. It could have failed. It could have failed miserably, but when he came on screen, magic happened. And it's the greatest, I think it's the best scene of Empire Strikes Back, personally. Just Luke and Yoda on Dagobah is just beautiful, iconic. I love the atmosphere. I love the look of it. It sounds amazing with all these little creatures chirping over your shoulder on the surround. And it just looks fantastic. The AT-AT sequence, the AT-ATs. I had an AT-AT walker as a kid. I've still got it now. It's missing a few bits, but still mostly intact. The AT-AT is intact. It's just a brilliant scene at the beginning on Hoth. The snow speeders, every single design in this film is perfect. Ralph McQuarrie, perfectly designed everything, even to the Imperial probe droids. It's just amazing. And of course, who can forget the big reveal at the end of the film? And if you are just getting into Star Wars now, please don't start with Phantom Menace. You have to start with the Empire. You have to start with A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, and then go to the prequels. You cannot do it in numerical order because you won't have the impact that you got with this reveal at the end of the film. So there we go. So that is The Empire Strikes Back, number 1, my all-time favourite number 1 film ever, and the greatest film of the 80s. Okay, so there we are, my top 10 favourite films of the 1980s. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Like it by giving it some thumbs up. Blah, 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 blah. Don't forget to subscribe, comment and share. And I'll see you in the next video very soon.